Hi all, Trisha Peach, host of the Peach Buzz, and I'm very special. Happy Mother's Day to my mother and to all mothers out there. So important. Happy Mother's Day. I wanted to talk about some of the best things that my mother did, things that I really appreciate my mother for that she did. And I hope this inspires some of you watching, some things that would be a good idea. My mother had me, I'm the oldest, then my sister Erica, then Bethany, and my brother Sean. So these four who all love Jesus today, that's a good testament to my parents, that four kids that love Jesus. I'm in ministry. My sister Erica, of course, is youth pastor. My brother does worship ministry. Bethany loves Jesus. I just admire her passion for evangelism as well. So my parents did something right, I would say. And what are some of the things that I appreciated the most about what my mother did for us? I would say number one was she made us go to church. You know, the old saying that we'd say, I'm too sick to go to church. Mom would be like, throw up and prove it. You throw up, well, don't you feel better? Let's go to church. And if you couldn't throw up, well, I guess we're going to church. And of course, she'd be like, well, if you're sick, we should pray for you at church. But it wasn't this thing that I see so often these days when kids hit middle school or high school and they say, well, I don't want to go to church anymore, and parents give them the choice. I don't think that's a good idea at all. You shouldn't give them the choice on whether or not to go to school, and you shouldn't give them the choice on whether or not to go to church. And my mother did not. We were not given a choice. You went to church. Didn't matter what you wanted, you're going to go to church. That is so important that you give them that foundation. I don't understand the whole giving them a decision, a choice on whether or not to go to church. They need to be at church. And we followed that in our immediate family. And I really believe that was one of the most important things. We knew if those church doors were open, Mom was going to make us go to church. That was it. You're going to be in church. Second thing Mom did that was really cool was my mom took us traveling. I think it's so important to see the world. You learn so much by being there. She took us to see, Crazy Horse, the Badlands. We went to Texas. We went to Florida. Mom was always taking us places, and it was so exciting to get to see a place. You learn so much when you travel, and I think it helped us mature. It helped us learn about other people, other cultures. We love traveling. That was just something that Mom did. Dad was not against it, but Dad, I think even now, would prefer his house, his chair, his bed. But Mom, very much into travel. 3, extremely important. Mom lived out her faith no matter where we were. So Mom would stop everything and pray for you right then, right there. Mom would pray for you no matter what. If you were sick, Mom would come pray for you. So her faith was not any different at home than it was at church. Mom's faith was the same no matter what. So you knew where she stood, and you knew she would pray for you just the same at home as she was at church. 4, Mom always had our back, and still does. We know that. So if we were in a conflict of some kind, and even if we were in the wrong, she'd let us know, but Mom had our back. She would be in there advocating for us with the orthodontist, with the dentist, with a teacher. It didn't matter. We knew we could go to Mom, and Mom would have our back. And it really helped a lot. I remember being in high school, oral surgeries. They wanted to do one tooth at a time over the years, and Mom's like, nope, knock her out, take them all out at once. I'm not putting her through that. They're like, well, we'd rather just do one at a time over the 4 years. And Mom, nope, knock her out, take them all out. She would advocate, I think, not so much as a Karen, more as, I don't know, a very well-educated velociraptor. she would get it done. Mom would get the job done. Mom knew, okay, she was educated on what needed to be done, and she's like, nope, this is what we're doing. And I'm really grateful for that, because I was panicked enough about all those surgeries, and just get it all done at once was fantastic. Mom still fights for her kids, and we know if we call 2 in the morning, she's going to pray. She will pray with you right then and there. Mom will fight for her kids, for sure. But she also taught us personal responsibility, and there's consequences for your actions, and you screwed this up, you better get it right. You better get it right. Number 5, Mom taught us hard work. You work. That's life. And I remember hating that as a kid. Mom would say, well, that's life. I scraped my knee once and was crying, and she's like, I feel bad for you, but that didn't fix it, did it? It's still all tore up. You better go in there and clean it up and put a Band-Aid on it. Oh, and by the way, you still got homework to get done. And that stuck with me in life was, you get hurt, you get injured, that is part of life, and you cry, and then you pick yourself up and you clean it up and you put a bandage on it, because it's not going to fix itself. And that has gotten me through a lot of things in life. My mom is a strong woman. I come from a long line of strong women. Both of my grandmothers, my Grandma Stevens and my Grandma Barker, strong women of faith that lived through really hard times and had a testimony of what God did. So I came from a long line of strong women. These were not women that would sit down and give up. These were women that said, yeah, this really stinks. Let's pray, let's go to God, and we better endure, we better fight through it. So that endurance was extremely important. I would say, number 6, my mom very much valued education. She, you will go to school, you will finish your projects, you can do better. It wasn't that, my mom never said you have to have straight A's. She would say, I just need to know you did the best that you could do. And because she knew me well, she would say, I know you can do better than this. And she knew when to push me, and she knew when to say, all right, Trish, you're being obsessive. Cut this out. You did the best you could do. Now get over it. My mom sacrificed incredibly to get Erica and I braces. She paid on those for a long time. She sacrificed a lot of time to get us scholarship applications and fight for those scholarships. Mom sacrificed a lot for that. I appreciate that my mom was there when we all were married. Like, she helped walk me down the aisle. Mom and Dad walked me down the aisle. My mom was there when both children were born, my son and my daughter. Sometimes only my mom could calm Logan down when he was a newborn and having a crying fit. So my mother, she sacrificed a lot of time as well, just to be there with the grandkids, and grandkids all love Grammy. They all want to spend time with Grammy. My mother made every holiday fantastic. She would fight for great holidays. Mom, we all like to watch funny TV or funny movies, and Mom will say, I want family time. We're supposed to be visiting. No movies, no fighting. I just want peace. I want peace and no fighting, and we're going to play games and laugh. And you're going to like it. And we do. We do have a good time at all of our holidays. Mom does not like fighting or zoning out on TV, though we tend to like to watch funny TV anyway, even though Mom's like, no TV. So I wanted to say a happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there. And I will say, if you're one of the moms watching this and you're thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not like all these other mothers, you are good enough. And if you're worried about being a bad mother, then you're probably not a bad mother, because you're worrying about being a bad mother. Some of the best memories we have with my own children were times that I said, we are so poor right now, we don't have hardly any money. We are scraping together quarters and dimes and nickels that I found in the couch to go get a snow cone. My kids have said those were some of the best memories that they ever had, or when we went to the park and got a snow cone. And I'm thinking, we're so broke, I'm a bad mother. And they're thinking, this is so much fun. They said, we didn't even know we were poor. We had a blast. Sometimes we had no money, so I did scavenger hunts. I would make up scavenger hunts, and that was their favorite memory of the entire summer. I'd get an old book for free at a garage sale and read one chapter a day, and that was their favorite memory of the summer. We'd go find a free thing to do, and they'd love it. Remember, a lot of these things you can do for free. You can pray for your kids. You can make sure they are in church every single Sunday. You can advocate for education. You can find free things to do. You can try to travel with your kids. You can advocate for them in every way you know possibly in a good, respectful way. So you are not a bad mother. You can do this. You can do this. And you can be successful. And even if your kids don't see it right now, if they don't see it, I tell parents this all the time, do not give up. A lot of times kids are in college or in their late 20s before they go, whoa, mom was a lot smarter than I thought. My mom gets smarter every year. So if I can encourage you, thank you for being a mom. It is the best job you will ever have. It is the most incredible, impactful job you will ever have. Our society does not understand that enough. We think of being a mom as a lowly thing, the patriarchy, whatever. Being a mom is the best job you can ever have, and so much more important. No matter how incredible your job is right now, and I love all the work that I've ever gotten to do, they can replace you tomorrow. No matter what you think, they can replace you tomorrow. You can't replace your mom. So tell your mom you love her this weekend. Everybody has a mom. So tell your mom you love your spiritual moms. Tell your spiritual mom you love her. If you don't have kids, you can be a mom to other people's kids in your church that desperately need that right now. So I love you guys. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. And I will see you guys next week on the Peach Buzz. Trisha Peach out.